Welcome back, everyone, to Disco Elysium. You're here with Rand Lefebvre, otherwise known as DraxxKraven, and it's time for us to face our greatest challenge yet. Stairs. I mean, conceivably speaking, every challenge we face will be our greatest challenge yet. Ooh, real professional guy at the front door. And a decent enough cafeteria. A bar, perhaps? Definitely gotta be a bar. Summer door closed for winter. Karaoke! This is where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. The speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. Inland Empire. You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get, your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know of your vast oceanic soul. My soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover. Of course, at this point, precise measurements of your soul can only be performed from the outside. It needs to be heard through a PA system by other people. Half-light. Whether they like it or not, ram it up their ears, says your adrenal gland. Violently express yourself. This goes well with the theory that I'm developing that I'm a down-on-my-luck superstar person who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yeah, that sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. What should I sing when it comes to it? You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You'll wreak havoc with it, don't worry. I was thinking maybe I could sing something happy? Get the people going. No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. New task. Sing karaoke. Finished thought. Feels right. You belong here. So we gotta find a sad song to sing. Gart, the cafeteria manager. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Look at the stuffed bird, a competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings is broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on the wall. This is a great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. Ooh, can I help you with that? That's a great skua, right? Look, your buddy...
No, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean by buddy? He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the
I have
difference?
3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did this Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
What do you mean? What do you mean I know? What do you mean? What do you mean? His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something. She just... What? Thank you, sense of drama.
So now you're a cop? Forget it.
Huh. Alright. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today starts in a man's handwriting. What do we have here? Some Nosafed. Nothing perks you up like Nosafed. Oop. The soft purr of an electric juicer comes from the kitchen. Someone is working. The door is bolted. A sign reads, Kitchen reserved for personnel until 1300 hours. Understood. Sign reads, Mess hall reserved for union members. Door open at 1600. Got it. This is a Royal pinball machine is unplugged. Hello, sir. Kim Kitsuragi. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. Shake his hand.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
His grip is firm. You realize he is waiting for your name. I'm pretty partial to the officer, but let's invent a name for myself. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire. looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath, you're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go. I don't really know my name.
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Kim, I hate to break it to you, but I don't know. What he means is, have you been trying to... He's been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you've been otherwise occupied. You mean him? I mean, yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I am a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
I have not.
Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
No.
So the body is still in the tree.
Empathy. This is the first time you detect a wariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
How can you be so sure I'm from the police? I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. He points to your jacket. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspector General. Inspector General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things. Ah, you mean the Rat Squad? No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their jobs. You said insignia, so these white rectangles, you mean? Yes, but they're just white rectangles. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grids of Rivershaw West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. Shouldn't I have a badge or something? You mean you don't have a badge? It wasn't on me when I woke up. Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle is a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. I hate to break it to you, Kim. I don't remember shit, man. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you're still drunk now, but I've seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there's a general store nearby, but as I said, the dead body is our #1 concern. Yeah, painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that, so cigarettes will have to do. Alright, let's roll. After you, officer. Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him. Thank you, tutorial agent. Let's talk to the cafeteria man. Well, I shut down something. The man with the unimpressive beard, it's very unimpressive, notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns it to the lieutenant.
Mr. Guard, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What is gold and orange like a forest fire but smells like liquor?
Are you kidding me?
No, man, help me out. What is a gold and orange and smells like liquor?
It's you. It's obviously you. You smell like liquor, and you're orange.
See? Everyone agrees. It's your color scheme. We're on the right track with this name thing. Thanks, conceptualization.
Is this what you get when you call the police now? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
Oh my god. He sounds like a... Oh, I manage 3 cafeterias.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
If that's what you say,
I
guard.
didn't imply that. Detective?
He probably means this is where you step in and ask questions. Who, me? Right then, questions. I got this. Where exactly is the body? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. He points up the kitchen behind him. Then they hoisted him up in the tree there. So how do we get there then? That's easy. You see that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. All right. Lieutenant turns the page on the little notebook he's been scribbling in. Why did Sylvie go away? Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She's nothing to do with this. No, before I asked you where, now I'm asking you why. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back, and because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that. The lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Thank you. Didn't go well? I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's nothing to do with the lynching. This stuff gets on my nerves. I am a feminist, you know. Boom. What? That's right. If there's one thing I know about myself, it's that I'm a total raging feminist. Do you have a phallus in your ear? I said I'm a feminist. That's good, but there's a timetable for this investigation, dictated to us by the stages of decomposition, and it says we need to move on. That's all. Not so fast, Mr. Feminist. You owe me 130 real. What's real? Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real. He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent. The IRR, or Intersolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money. Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money? Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real. What do I owe this place for? Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work, so don't try to tell me you didn't. There would be 40 real in damages. Another thing you annihilated is half the bar. You run a tab of 30 real, actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30, 130 real. And yes, real is money. But what exactly is money? What are you, a philosopher? I mean, I might be. Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royale Extra. We use it for everything, really. Interesting. Where do I get it from? Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take a bribe. I'm sorry, I don't think cops take bribes. Some do take recompense, but only to survive. Why do I need it? For survival, to pay me, unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Montanez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. Is this money? Yes, it is. That's 10 plus 10 plus 20. I'm down to 90, right? No, you see, there's a tinge of sadness in his voice. That's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller. Ugh, that's 100 times smaller? That's horrible. It is. Pick up the coins. What happens now? I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then... I don't remember where my home is. Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them. Ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started. Now. Good luck, says the man at the counter. Shit. I should have just gone for the savoir-faire roll. If you fail it, something fucking hilarious happens. By the way, where is home? The address isn't coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. I don't remember. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Up on Marvel Hill. Why did you just say that? These are just synapses firing. It doesn't mean anything. You don't really know, do you? I don't. Does that mean I'm homeless? Something produced by the random firing of synapses doesn't sound like a place you can stay if you run out of money. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on the building? You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear. So, we have 2 thoughts that we can try to slot into our thought cabinet, of which we have 3 available slots. Inexplicable feminist agenda. +2 authority against men. Something stirs in you. Something interdisciplinary. It is a newly formed reaction to the... Is it a newly formed reaction to the tyrannical gender roles around you? Or something you've always had? One thing is for sure. You're not a mild feminist. Oh no. These are incendiary thoughts aimed at undermining the very pillars of society. Could you fashion them into some sort of weapon, perhaps? A first strike weapon to decapitate the XY chromosome hegemony. And the lonesome long way home. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor tract, the 881, until you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen this time of year, caked with ice. Walk down Main to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. Which will give us a +1 encyclopedia while our factual memory returns. Sometimes the temporary research bonus is greater than the solidification bonus, but we'll see what I choose to do. Kim,
Yes?
tell me about the case. What do you want to know? Literally anything about it. I can't remember a single thing. Maybe you can tell me what you know to help me narrow it down. I know literally nothing about it, only what you've told me. Brief. Yes, that sounds good. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. Does the briefing say who the victim was? A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. Why don't we know anything about the caller? They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. Why would they hide themselves? There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now, it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that. Of course, yes, I understand everything now. Let me just make this perfectly clear. Our job here is to find the killer. That's right. If we're from different precincts, why are we on the same case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition. What do you mean? You don't know? I assumed you were in on it. I don't remember being in on anything. You know what I'm in on? Retrograde amnesia. Better still than a cop-off. Tell me about it. It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim. You should tell me now. This seems relevant. Later. Okay. I think you should know I don't remember anything. He's having trouble processing it, believing. I feel like I must repeat this. I don't remember anything. There was heavy drinking involved. Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs? There is a sudden harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs. What's wrong with personal affairs? Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy. The RCM deploys self-styled structure called the Décomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. You are aware of this now. What should I concentrate on? Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles. But I am completely lacking in basic information about this organization we're in. Could you help? Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 2100. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. This might be a medical situation. Really? You look fine to me. No, I'm talking serious, unbelievable damage here. I saw myself in the mirror and I could not recognize who I was. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer. Clearly he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life. It is not psychological. Some sort of brain damage has occurred on an unprecedented scale. Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my Kanema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted? Talked about you! I mean, excuse me? Nothing, just an observation. You have a distinctive way of talking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. What do you mean distinctive? I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from the Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. How's that? They'd say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic. Oh, okay then. Why containers? I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions. We should move on. Oh, you seem to be following me is what I hit. My bad. I want to talk about you. Me? Yes, you! I don't see how my life is pertinent to this investigation. Come on, Lieutenant. Open up a little. If you insist, what do you want to know? You're wearing glasses. That's correct. This makes him a binoclard. Completely uncut material, if you say so yourself. I'm not going to call him a bino. Glasses are cool. Are they? They're mostly just cumbersome. You could use a good normal pair yourself. You don't look like the other people around here. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seol. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. What's Seol? It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity in a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. Seol is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-isolary state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would say even mysterious. You're only making it sound uninteresting. I still want to know more about it. You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolites. I've never met either of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seol. I'm a regular Revachelier. Tell me a secret about yourself. No. Okay. Do you talk to yourself? What do you mean? You know, when you're thinking, do you have conversations with, like, your brain? I have no idea what you're talking about. The lieutenant's conceptualization skill must be rather rudimentary. But this isn't an old school case. So how do you, tap the side of my head. What, think? Well, I do most of my work inside my notebook. The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is the written one. You're super lucid yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special. All right. Thank you for bearing with me, Kim, and all of you. We got some things to take care of. Sing karaoke, report my missing badge, inspect the victim's body, figure out who made the call reporting the crime, pay for the damages, figure out what's going on with the pissing competition, debrief with Kim at 2100, and call my station's Lazareth. Son of a bitch. Oh, fuck. I started out this day and I just wanted to get some cigarettes. Now look at all this shit.